day today. I am getting ready to make a project. It's a little plant hanger. I already have one and I want to make a twin for it I just got some new plants. You might see it there over my shoulder. I'll take you around and show you the new things that I picked up. I just got back from the store, from Smith's. I was gonna do a haul, but I really get the same things every time I go there, so I don't know if it's really worth it. I'll try and turn you around and show you the things that I did pick up real quick. I found these guys on clearance, so I picked them up. They look like they need some love. They definitely need some water, but for $2, a bunch of succulents that I can take out and replant. And then this one, I loved this pot alone. To me was worth it. I think this guy was 75 cents. Yeah, 75 cents for the pot alone is worth it. And the same with this guy was $2. The planter alone is worth that. And you know, just the ton of succulents. It's getting towards like unplanting. No plant season. Winter is coming. So Smith's is like getting rid of a bunch of stuff. I'll totally take it. Anyway, let's see what we got in here. I got the usual. I got some ground turkey. I got eggs. I got wild blueberries. And I picked up some. These are on sale right now. Lily's baking chips. I eat these regularly because they don't have any sugar and they taste really good. These are the dark chocolate and they're on sale right now for $6.99. So I'm gonna stick those up in my little messy rack up there. Let's see, I got eggs, some free range eggs. I got some, you know, the usual pork rinds. What else did I get in here? I got some more coconut milk, the usual. And what else is in here? I got my husband some green tea. Those were, the coconut milk is, I don't know, it's always the same price, $2.49 I think. Oh, and I got these to try. They're high-key soft baked mini treats. They have 2 grams of net carbs. Not the best ingredients I've ever seen. There they are if you want to pause and take a look. But they're not terrible and they taste pretty decent. And then I got a couple things to put in my stash that were on sale. I don't eat this stuff, but I have people, I make dinner for missionaries sometimes. I had them over a couple days ago and it was lovely. I made the viral TikTok pasta stuff, the feta cheese bacon, and I got this because sometimes we get requests to make dinner for people, and I figured that would be something easy that I could throw together. I know not everybody eats like me, so I try to get things that are, you know, people normally eat. I don't really know if I'm doing a good job. This is for me. This is just gonna go sitting in my cupboard for a while. I think that's it. Yep. But this was on sale for $1.99, I think. I have a receipt around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Anyway, that's what I got. Mostly the usual. It's just a little quick weekly update of my groceries. Mostly I got those like extra things because they were on the buy 5 save 5, and I got one thing that was, or my blueberries were part of that deal, so I wanted to get the 5 things. So I figure, you know, some stuff that even if I don't use it like right away, It's not like the shelf stable stuff is not gonna go bad, so why the heck not? I'm part of the Relief Society with my church, so we pick up, like, when people request help, then, you know, we do that for them. So sometimes that, you know, they might request to be making a meal, and like I said, sometimes I like to make dinner for the missionaries, and so having things that I can throw together quickly or use, you know, like I made that pasta. It was the one where you put a block of feta cheese, although I didn't find a block, I used crumbles. You put 2 pints of grape tomatoes in a baking dish, cover it with olive oil. I put the feta cheese on top, bake it until the tomatoes burst, or 30 minutes, and it was amazing. I'm telling you, I definitely recommend it if you want to give it a try. Anyway, I'm gonna put this stuff away and I'll be right back with you. We'll make some, I'll show you what I picked up over the weekend, the long weekend. It was Labor Day. And me and my husband went on date night and picked up a few things while we were out, so I'll show you for the most part. I think I have 2 things left. I'm not that worried about it. Anyway, let me show you what I got going on around here. You can see I need to take that down. It is not summer anymore. Well, no, it's not. It's fall. I claim fall. Alright, let me show you what I got here. I bought this yesterday at Home Depot. It is a money tree. I love it right here. Let me get back a little bit and show you like what I've got going on in this space. I am 100% loving it. Try to get a different angle here. Since I cleaned my desk, it's feeling a lot better. So I've got the money tree there, Frodo's bed down there, and I'm going to be taking this blank wall right here, I'm going to be putting those white shelves that I got at Kohl's right up there. And then I have another like wooden piece that I want to make like a floating shelf, like with you know, twine, or yeah, twine, like sisal rope. I've seen a lot of those on, and I want to put these guys up on those shelves because they're not really, I don't know, I bought them kind of for summer decor, but I like them. So I don't want to put them away. My little Zen cat. Give Frodo some loves. Alright, so the other things that I got are up here. My husband got me this fiddle leaf fig plant. The other ones I've had. Oh my goodness, this guy's heavy. I can't hold it with one hand. Oh, let me put it down. Sorry, I'm flinging you all over the place. He got me this guy. It is a fiddle leaf fig, and it's gorgeous. This one is a bambino variation. So it gets about 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet tall. I think it's about 1.5 feet right now. I haven't really measured it, but it's gorgeous. So I'm ordering a new pot from Home Depot for this guy. I went last night to get it. That's how I ended up with the money tree. And they had a couple of the pots, but they came with the stand and they didn't have the stand. I'll insert a clip of it right there, because it's gorgeous. It looks very mid-century modern. They had the pots and all of the stands that went with them, because it was like one piece, were missing, and they had a bunch of them up on top of the steel outside, and the person said he would have to close down like the whole area to get them down, so I just ordered one on the pickup, and hopefully they have it all together. If not, I don't know if they're going to be willing to get it down, or I'll just order it online. Whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Anyway, let me show you what I'm going to be making today. It is right over here. That plant hanger. I have another one of these metal, the exact same one from the Dollar Tree. I love these. They look so like amazing. And then I made this plant hanger from the rope that you get at Dollar Tree. I had these little wooden beads. I put this around it because the pot liked to kind of fall out. And then I'm gonna give it this. I just unraveled the bottom to give it that like little fringy look. But yeah, that's all from Dollar Tree materials. Got the hook from Dollar Tree as well, and I love it. So I want to put, this one is like right next to the TV. I want to put the other one right here, and I'm gonna hang up this, my English ivy. I'm gonna take it out of that white pot and put it in, I have another one of the metal ones. It's just getting a little unruly, and I can reuse that white pot for something else. So that is my plan for today. Sorry, I'm probably a little bit dark because of the light behind me. Got all the stuff over here at my desk, and we shall make it. Hopefully this will not be an incredibly long video today. Let me know. Most of my videos tend to be like 50 bazillion years long because I get, you know, chatting, or I take you out on a excursion and shopping. So let me know. Do you like to see long videos? Do you not like to see long videos? You know, I aim to please, and I can always chop some of them down into shorter bits of time over here. Let me show you. We're a couple days after my desk was cleaned. This is the project right here, but otherwise it's still clean. It feels so much better every day to get up and have a clean desk. It is lovely. Sorry, I'm turning my tripod around, or yeah, around. So these are the materials that we're going to be working with today. You need one, this is, I think, like the medium. There's a thicker one than this, but I'm pretty sure I only used one rope. This is from the Dollar Tree, of course. And then this is the natural jute cord, as you can tell. It is also from the Dollar Tree. This goes a long way. And then I'm using some beads from, these are from Walmart. Excuse me, my voice is just like all wonky this week. I sound all deep, like froggy. So I picked out 4 of those. That is for the little string that goes around to just kind of tie the whole thing together. Let me show you. I made one of these a long time ago. This one is using 6 pieces of cord. This upside down. Hang on, let me turn it up right side up. I made this a few years ago, and I like it, but it's just not, I don't do this color. You know, I want it to be more like upscale looking, and I was still kind of in my teenage phase when I made this, but I made it with 6 ropes, and I tied them together here, and then I separated them and tied them together again down here. And I'm going to show you, because I'm going to make a mini holder for this little guy right here. That's my baby succulent that I grew. But yeah, this is the 6-string style, and you knot it twice. I'll show you how to do it. It's very easy. I just don't like the purple anymore. Not that I don't like purple, but I want it to look more like grown up and higher end. I'm gonna make a little holder for this little pot. This little guy grew from a leaf that fell off of one of my succulents. The one that I actually have in the pot, in the hanging container that I was just showing you. So I want to make a little one out of just this string. Okay, so let me get all of the rest of what I'm going to need, and I will show you. Alright, so what you're going to need is a ring of some sort, a metal ring. I like a solid one. I thought about like those binder rings, but I think that would fall apart and I wouldn't want to trust it. This is a like a key ring, you know. I bought a bunch of them for crafting, and I got a smaller one for the little guy that I'm gonna make. Then you'll need something to cut stuff with. Optional are the beads. Like I said, I use them to hold the whole thing together because I'm only using 4 strands. And again, those are the beads that I used from Walmart. I'm just going to set those aside. You'll need some small jute twine and then some jute rope from the Dollar Tree. Let me take this guy apart. This one is so simple. You are going to, I measured it like in half. I cut it, I just fold it in half. I get it all entangled here, hang on. Alright, got it untangled. So you're going to take the ends, line them up, and then pull across so you get to the middle part. And then you're gonna fold it in half again. So you're lining up this folded part with the 2 ends, and then pull across again. I think that is about a good length. I can't remember if I used, I think maybe I used 2 packages of rope, and I only have 1. Hang on, let me go measure it against the, I was exactly right. I used this size. For some reason, it just feels smaller. So what you're going to do is take your 2 ends that are the 2 that are already cut and the one that is folded in half, and line them up so they're exactly the same length. Make sure that this side is exactly in the middle, and then you're not going to cut these 2, the loop sides. You're just going to cut this one that is doubled up. So you're going to take your scissors and just snip it, and the little pieces are going to go flying everywhere. So now you should have 2 ends that are looped and 4 ends that are free. And we're going to unravel these later, so it doesn't matter if they have tape on them or not. We're going to take that all apart. So then what you're going to do, keep this loop in your hand so you know exactly where you are, and you're going to take your little ring, take the two of the ends that are free, and you're going to stick them into the loop, or into the ring rather, and take them all the way up to the top of the loop. Make sure that it is exactly in the middle. You can bring it back down and check and make sure that everything is still even. I just take them and even them out in my hand so that all the ends are exactly the same length. I mean, it doesn't really matter if they're a little bit off. I'm a perfectionist, so, you know, do what you need to do. But then I just pull it while I'm holding all of those ends. And once you get it in there where you want it, you're gonna pinch those ends around the ring. So that's gonna end up being the loop that you're hanging it with. And we're not going to tie a knot because I found with this stuff, it gets really messy if you tie a knot. So that's what it should look like. You're going to be holding it and it should kind of look like a little box. So then you're going to hold this side and determine how far down you want this part to be. It doesn't really matter. I like to just give it a little bit of space so it looks nice. And you're gonna take some of your twine, the little twine. I stick a little piece in between, like going between the two ropes. This is gonna be what you're gonna use at the end to tie the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle together. So you've got a piece of twine going in between, and then you're going to just wrap this as tight as you can around a few times. And you don't have to cut it off of the spool if you don't want to right away, so then you know you have enough to go around as many times as you want. And I'm gonna go and hold this little piece off to the side. It's better if I go this way. Hold it this way, hold the string up, hold the whole loop together, and then just wrap around. And you'll have to pull it around the bottom a few times. And you just want a nice thick bundle of twine around here. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off the piece so I don't have to keep doing that. And that's good enough. And then I'm gonna wrap that whole thing around and around and around as tight as I can. Not so tight that you break it, because this jute can be a little bit like sometimes the fibers give a little bit if you like reach a weak point. But you're just gonna keep wrapping. This knot is, or this wrap is not doing anything except for keeping that ring from falling down. It's not holding the whole thing, you know, it's not bearing weight, it's not holding it together, it's merely holding this ring up instead of a knot. So you're just gonna keep going, and then you can take this little guy and kind of wrap him so you don't have quite a long tail. We'll do that right before we tie it off. And I like to keep it, you know, about a finger's width in the size. And if you wanted to, you could put a bead or something up there, you know, so it looks pretty. It's, no one's really gonna see it unless they climb up your wall to take a look. And it kind of blends in with the, you know, other parts of the rope. So it's all good. Once you get to that point, we're gonna tie it really tight. I make a couple of knots in it. Just square knots, I guess they would be. Make a knot. And then once it's secure there, I like to go put this tail back through here and tie it again. And then you can snip off the edges. It just secures that knot in a place that it's not going to come unraveled or anything. And then we're going to tie it again. There are probably, I know there's ways that you can make a really secure knot by like pulling a loop through. I'm not getting that fancy. It's going to be way up high. No one's going to look at it. So there, that's what it looks like. You can pass it through again and tie it one more time if you like, which I'll probably go ahead and do. And then I'll probably pass the ends through and snip them off just so they're not hanging out in a bow. Let's see, can I get it around? Can I get it through there? Sorry, one up camera. A little tricky, but you know, a little patience and it ends up working. So I'm going to tie it one more time and then hide the ends inside. Oh, did you just hear my finger crack? Oh, did you just hear my finger crack? That felt totally bizarre. I don't recommend that. Don't know how I managed it, but it didn't feel good. Well, it actually didn't hurt. It was just weird. Alright, let me see if I can get it to pass through. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I'm just putting this side back through this way. If it will go. There it is. And then I'm going to pull, and you could probably use a little bead of glue if you really wanted to secure it. I'm not that concerned about it. And I'm going to snip this one right there, if I can get my scissors to cooperate. And then I'm going to take this one and go in from the opposite side and hope that I don't push this little guy out. I'll push him down and hold it with my finger. Push this little guy through the other side. No, we'll push them both through the same side. Oh. Ha! Success! We got it. Alright, so we pull this guy up, make sure it's in there good, and give it a snip. That's what your end will end up looking like. So then we're going to go down and create the bottom part. You're going to do this basically the same thing. Just determine how long you want your tassel to be at the bottom. It's going to be your biggest decision, is how long you want the tassel. Since I want mine to kind of match the other one, I'm going to go measure it against there. I'll be right back. Alright, so mine is going to be about this long. It is, I have a ruler right on my desk, I can tell you. About 4.5 inches. So what I want to do is, before I make the tassel, I want to take this part and just bring it all the way down and make sure that it is really, really snug. Like everything is down there where it belongs and everything is pretty even. You also want to make sure that the ropes are lined up correctly because I did not do that and mine ended up being a little bit twisted, although you can't really tell unless you go up to the top and look at it. I'll measure it again. About 4.5 inches. So right here is where I want to tie. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to use a little bit more this time because I want this knot to be really bulky and stand out against the whole thing. I'm just going to snip off a whole bunch and I'm going to use it all. So we're going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to start by tying off a really tight knot. And let me show you a little trick here. Let me get a little closer. A little trick how to make this look like pretty tight once you get it all in there. Go around 2 of them and then see how I just wrapped around 2 individually and then around the whole thing. Then you're gonna leave yourself a little tail. This is probably about 6 inches. Tie that first knot and leave that little tail kind of hanging like we did the last time. I'm gonna tie this really tight. Let me double check and make sure that I have the right amount. Yep, it's good. Because you can always, before you start wrapping, you can always adjust this up or down if you need to. Pull it down just a tiny bit. Before you tie that knot, make sure it's exactly where you want it to be. Because everything below this knot is going to get unraveled. So pull that super duper tight. You want to make sure that they stay stacked on top of each other, kind of like a square. You don't want them to be flat. You want them stacked 2 on top of each other. You don't want them like in a flat row, you know, like all next to each other. So they should look like a little square. Right. Keep this side up. And then just wrap. Yes, I broke the edge around. All right, with these two, it's not very important if you cut them because we're about to unravel all of these and they're just going to kind of fit in. So if yours are taped like mine is, just pull the tape off. Always in line. Look funny. I don't know that. As it ages, it will unravel more. Ugh, look at this. Can you see that? Let me turn it around. This is what's gonna end up on your desk after you're done. From the unraveling the twine. But it looks really nice, I think. Alright, let me clean off my desk. We're gonna go... Hello, good morning, Frodo. Well, it's not morning. He had a nap. Of course, he spends most of his day napping. Hello, my Frodo babies. Alright. Let me go clean up this mess. Then we're gonna go out and repot that plant into the new pot. And I need the pot to be in the, come on. Come on. There we go. I need the pot to be in the holder before I can tie the part around with the beads. So we're gonna go repot this plant into the steel or metal, whatever it is, the metal planter, and then we will put it in, tie the beads around it. I'll hang up the hook and hang up the plant. It's gonna be lovely. We are on the patio. We're gonna replant this plant. You're gonna see, you might hear some strange noises because I am outside on the patio. This is just newspaper so I don't make a complete mess. This is the pot we're gonna be putting it in. It did have a plant in it already and some quartz. But that plant is not with us anymore. Alright, there we go. All freshly planted. Oh, my little pot is coming apart. It needs to be glued. We shall fix that. Or I may just cut it off. I don't know. But either way, there she is. Alright, I'm going to clean up this mess, and we'll go in and finish taking care of this. That's why I put the bag down. Last time this got all over my table, so. Okay. Alright, now I need to hang this bad boy up. You can see the one that I've already got. Why can't I ever get this to do what I want? You can see it hanging right there. So now I'm going to put this one, the one that I just planted, right up there. So I need to get a screwdriver, my chair, because I don't actually have a stepladder, and the little plant stand. So let me gather up my stuff. Some of it are missing, but these are longer. They don't match the black part, but I think I have some black fingernail polish, so I can just paint those if you can really tell that they're there. This is the chair I'm going to climb up on to get over here. But first, I has to share the cuteness. He loves this thing. He is in there all day long. I'm so glad, because his other pet bed, which is right here, he does not touch. I usually end up sitting in it to do different things. Let me set up the tripod and get this so we needed to go this way. We needed to go this way. Okay, I have the hanger, the string that I'm going to use around, and the beads. I don't want to pour them out of my hand. The beads that are going to go around. So I'm going to hang this guy up. We're going to put the plant in, and then we're going to use this string to secure the pot. The only difference between the two is on the other one I put like a carabiner clip, but I don't know if I have any more, so I don't even remember why I put it on there. So we're just going to see how it looks without it. I think it looks fine. All right, let me grab the plant. All right, as you can see, it looks pretty secure. And if nobody is bumping it or bothering it, you could really leave it that way. If you noticed, you want to make sure that this part is really like even, but if you notice, my lines got crossed when I put them in when I was creating it. So up here it's not that big a deal. It just looks a little twisted. You can kind of manipulate them around if you want to. I am honestly not that concerned with it. You can just see it looks a little bit lumpy right there because they're crossed, but you can fix that when you're making it by making sure that when you put these four square that they are exactly even. Let me see if I can set up my camera in a way that you can see me tie this thing. Essentially, it's just to make sure that it doesn't fall out the sides. To make sure it doesn't like fall out, although it's in there pretty secure. I just tie it around right about here. You can pull it out easy enough, you just have to take it down. So let me see if I can do this on camera. If you guys could see how I have this tripod set up, you would be laughing. I'm not even gonna bother showing because it's embarrassing. All right, so I'm gonna take this little string. I'm going to put the 4 beads on it before I start working. So there's 1 bead. Two beads. You want to make sure these beads have a big enough hole and it's clear. I like looked through all of them by holding them up to the light just to make sure. Sometimes they get like little splinters inside, or they're not drilled cleanly all the way through. But yeah, you want to pre-string them. You might have to twist it on the last couple. All right, go 4 beads. So we're going to start out by tying this guy, and I'm going to twist it around so that we're starting more towards the back. You're just going to tie it around each little strand, and you're going to leave 1 bead in each little space. And I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to watch it in slow-mo, or in regular speed, I guess. There we go. I didn't bother like tying it in a knot around these, so then you can adjust it if you need to when you pull the pot out or anything like that. It makes it so it's just more secure in there. That's all that it's really for, and a little added decoration. So that is that. We've got a new planter up there. I think that looks awesome. I think it's even with the other one. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Let me try to show you both of them. There's that one, and then there's that one. It's a little hard to see because the light's so bright outside. See if I can get an angle with both of them in it. Okay, let me close the blind real quick. There we go, that's better. Turn on the light. So now, can you kind of see them both? I think they're just about even. Pretty close considering I didn't measure. Because, you know, that's work. So here's this one. The plant is much smaller in that one, so it looks a lot different. It is just a little succulent that I bought. It's actually the succulent, the leaf that fell off is the one that I have on my desk. So this one is just a little bitty guy. See, this one I tied them on, and now it's harder to adjust. Like, I have to really get up in there. But it's in there really secure, like it's not going anywhere. And then there's the other side. It looks a lot more crazy than that one, just because it hasn't filled out yet. I think we did. I think we got it. Exactly what I was looking for. Open my blinds back up. I don't like being in the dark, even when it means there's a glare. I like to have my windows open, open, open. I do not have like light blocking curtains or anything like that. I'll turn around so the light's coming in. All right. Anyway, I think that just about wraps it up for this particular show. Did I get to everything? I'm thinking. I think that was all I was gonna do, is hang up that plant. Now that I have a ton more plants, I need to have places to put them. I love plants, if you couldn't tell. I also repotted that basil, so it's in a bigger pot. It was all root bound, so it might start growing better now. Although winter's coming, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up how to winterize basil. I think you can overwinter it. I just don't know how. Mr. Frodo's awakes. He's like, no filming for me. All right, I am gonna end this now because I can't. Oh, there was another thing that I was gonna do. Now I remember. I was gonna make this hanging plant holder for this little guy. This is the one that came off of the succulent that's hanging over in the other side. Duh, I was totally gonna do that. All right, it shouldn't take more than a few minutes, so let me do that. Okay, I think I measured this piece of string earlier, and I think it's just the right size because this one's gonna be a tied one, so we're gonna need 6. Hang on, let me see how many I have on this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 8 pieces. So 4 of these because they're folded in half. So let's measure those out. So we have 4 pieces that we're going to fold in half. Before we do anything, we're going to take the small ring, we're going to put 4 of the pieces through it and bring it to the middle. And then bring the pieces back together and even it out. Your choices at this point are to make a knot like I did in this one. But honestly, I was not, I didn't really like the way it ended up looking. So I think I'm going to wrap this the way that I did the other one. I might see if I can find a bead that will fit up there before I knot it. Let me see. I don't know if all of the strings are gonna fit in this hole. Let's see. I don't know if you can see, but this one, the hole is not incredibly clear, so that may hinder us. Nope. I can only get 4 in there. Okay, well, now we know. And knowing is half the battle. So this time I'm gonna kind of straighten these guys out a little bit better before I tie them. I'm just gonna take a small piece. All right, now we're going to take 2 of each strand, 2 of each of the little strands, and knot them together. You could probably put beads on at this point, but I don't know if it's worth it. So I'm just going to kind of pull them into 2s, make sure that they're in like an even spacing so they're on the right sides. That looks good. Can you see that they're like evenly spaced? All right, and then you want to determine about how far down you want to go with each of these before you knot them. I think I'll go right about there. So that's about 4 inches down. And then you're just going to tie, I think this is an overhand knot. You want to get them fairly even, like making sure that they're all knotted about the same place. So once you get one, then you can bring the others, make sure that they're right about the same place. If you need to, you can adjust a knot before you tighten it. Just make sure you pull slowly, and you can kind of maneuver it around just to make sure that it's pretty clear. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want it almost the exact same spot. So those 2 are almost exact. Then we're going to take the next one. This one's way too low. You see where the knot is. So we're going to move it up. And all you have to do is just pull the loop part, and you can move it as long as it's not tight. And then, oh, it still needs to come up. Pretty close. All right, last one. All right, so now we have the first 4 knots. And this time we're gonna get them all maneuvered around so they're in the right positions next to each other and facing the right direction. This time we're gonna take And make sure that the knots are flat. And we're going to take the two next to each other and knot those. So we're not knotting the entire strand. We're taking two, one from each knotted pair, one strand from each of those, and we're going to knot those together. And I'm just going to go down a little bit and knot those, and then I can just follow the rest of them with this knot. It looks like I'm going down about 1 inch. So now, see, it makes like a little V space in there. And then we're going to tie this one to this one, going down about the same amount. So now we've got two. You just gotta keep these guys, figure out where you're going. So you don't want to tie the wrong ones to the wrong ones. All right, so now we're gonna take this last one and it's gonna get tied to the other two. And then the last two, this guy, you can kind of see if I hold it out how it's gonna look. So then the last two are going to complete and turn it into a circle. This is like very basic macrame. Like the most basic macrame that you can get. All right, so we have them tied in knots to each other and then tied to make a circle. And you will see it as soon as I put the pot in there. Let's see, how far down do we want the pot to go? Basically, it makes like a little net that holds the pot inside this little circle of knots. See? I think we want, all right, I think we're gonna end it my knot on this side got a little bit wonky. If you don't tie them too tight, you can pull it out a little bit. Fix it. I usually don't tighten all of my knots till the very end, just in case of this situation. And you can just pull it down. This one too. If you don't have long fingernails, you can take a needle or a pen and just get it up in there under the knot and pull it so that it comes loose. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, there we go. There's only one that's a little bit loose, but I think that'll be okay. this guy. He's just not cooperating with us. Let's see why. I'm going to put it about 2.5 inches from the end of the knots. And then you just need to decide how long you want your tassel part to be. I suppose that you could unravel all of these guys. I have not ever tried that, but let's put this pot in here and see how it looks. Just center up the tassel, and then you can spread out all of these little knots here. Just gotta center it in there. It's pretty forgiving. Anyway, I will, that's it. That's all I had for you today. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out. And remember, there are so many amazing and wonderful people in the world. If you can't find one, you can be one. Take care. Bye.